So Diablo 4's trading is about to change significantly, even more than I thought, because in Season 4, they are changing the ability to trade items. Now, previously I had thought, okay, you can trade legendary items. That will be pretty cool. You find a good base item before you temper or masterwork it. You trade it to another player. They purchase the item. That's about it. But it's not just that. So Blizzard recently showed that not only can you trade legendary items, but you also can trade unique items. In fact, there is a video here from the Diablo channel showing that you can, in fact, trade unique items. So imagine you're a player who needs a Tempest Roar helmet that you've had a really hard time getting. Now your gold, you can go ahead and trade that gold to another player who maybe got a spare one and actually be able to get your hands on that unique item. Now, you might say that, okay, well, where's the value in gold then? Like, people aren't going to want gold for a unique item. They're just going to attempt to masterwork it themselves. Well, here's the thing. Masterworking has been data mined to cost upwards of 10 million gold at the final tier level. So because of that, gold is actually going to have a larger gold sink because of the new crafting system. So people will probably actually want your gold if they have spare unique items. And because when you masterwork an item, it actually binds it to your account. And the fact that you can masterwork unique items means that you purchase an item, you attempt to masterwork it, it is now account-bound item and is pulled out of the economy. There's also item sync within the economy as well. These are typically healthy trends. In order to keep economies healthy, you need syncs both for items as well as gold. But what's even further interesting, let's say we'll use the same example. You buy that Tempest Roar you needed, you get started with it, you master work it up as high as you can get it, you get it to 12, maybe you didn't get the perfect rows on it, but then you see that somebody is selling a Tempest Roar that has greater affixes, that hasn't been account bound yet. So for instance, if you didn't know it, not only can unique items be masterworked now, but they also can drop as a base with greater affixes. In fact, you can drop multiple greater affixes. So maybe you afford one that has one greater affix, and then you move up and to be able to afford one that has two greater affixes, and you attempt to masterwork these over and over, and you reset the masterwork and you do it again to try to get it to roll over and over again on the one you want. For instance, double swing in this example here, he had 2 rows on double swing, 1 on attack speed. Maybe he wants to reset this, use more gold in order to try to get a triple row on double swing, for instance. So this is further gold sinks, further requirements for this person to remasterwork an item to attempt to get their item as strong as possible, and also further makes them acquire gold by selling other uniques back into the economy. And maybe he eventually saves up enough from doing this that he can buy one that's fully greater affix with all the greater affixes that matter, and then he can masterwork that item to be a perfect item eventually. So instead of it just being as simple as, okay, I'm just going to trade a unique base item to somebody, trade is over, there's actually going to be more of a process of you improving your gear, getting better and better gear, maybe interacting with the economy. There's no auction house or anything in the game. And one of the answers we got from the interview didn't sound like they were interested in really applying an auction house. So I'm sure things like Discords, etc., are going to be used in order to communicate with people, and forums, etc., to find these types of items. But when you get an item, you have the potential now of, even if it's not for your build, for your character, what have you, you have the potential of that item actually really being worth something. Because of trade now mattering, it does add some weight to a non-trade mode, a solo self-found mode, aka a mode that cannot interact with trade, to have some more value behind it for the people that like that solo experience. This was actually one of the questions I asked during the interview with Adam Jackson, and he sort of smiled and said, well, I can't talk about it, but I would like that. Potentially alluding to we might actually see this, which would make sense, showing how much more important trading is going to be in Season 4. There's also a focus on the new bosses, the new Tournament Level 200 bosses, that they're going to require more of the boss materials in order to actually do them. So for this reason, people are going to want boss materials as much as they've ever wanted to. So instead of that being the only thing people trade, there's going to be multiple types of trading going on. Trading to get boss materials to maybe get those uber uniques, which might be your focus once you're already purchased all uniques, etc. you need. But there's also going to be, now you can sell your uniques to get some gold to buy the other boss materials. Because before it's like, why would someone sell you their boss materials for gold? Gold is everywhere and no one has any use for gold. So that is kind of an interesting change in trading. And you know people are going to want to switch their gold for these materials because you can't actually trade Uber uniques. This is the only item now in the game that basically you can't trade, is the Uber Uniques. So because of that, your in-game is going to be farming those bosses to try to get an Uber Unique. Also, now you can get 3 Resplendent Sparks by completing various activities within the game. Then when you do get your first Uber Unique, you can salvage it, giving you 4 Sparks, and 4 Sparks allow you to craft any Uber Unique you want. So because of that, your gameplay is going to be acquiring the unique you want, acquiring better uniques, masterworking them to the pinnacle of it, and taking your gold, buying boss material mats. From there, repeating boss farms till you get the Uber Unique you want, crunching that one with the other Resplendent Sparks you've earned, and now crafting the Uber Unique that you actually want as well. So it's a much different in-gameplay progression of gear. But that's just a theory, a game theory. So we'll see how it actually pans out once the Season 4 starts, and we see how that economy ends up being healthier or not. We'll find out. That's just what I was thinking about today. That's about it. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.